Good evening there. Well, we had plenty of weather the last week, floods, strong winds, and there were a few thunderstorms. Okay, so to the point, thunderstorms. Saturday, about a week ago now, maybe it was like 8 days ago now, it would have been 8 days ago, in the evening there were thunderstorms that went into the Mackenzie country, around the Twizel area. Lorien from France, I believe you're touring around New Zealand at the moment, taking photographs, and you happen to have a lightning trigger there, although I think at the point you took some of your best photos on this particular evening, I think you said your lightning trigger failed. But anyway, nonetheless, some really cool photos from Lorien of lightning over Lake Pukaki near Twizel there. So it basically sort of checks out with what we thought when I did this forecast like over a week ago. And in terms of where they could be, although they did end up being a bit further inland into South Canterbury than I first anticipated. But this was the map that I brought up over a week ago, and it does show some heavy rain around Lake Pukaki, so that basically did really check out. Then we had this low pressure system here, which sort of deepened about the eastern side of the North Island, really pushed in very strong southerly winds, and there was quite a lot of rain there, and that caused some flooding. But the low ended up sneaking a little bit further southwards, and that really pushed quite a bit of heavy rain into Canterbury, Banks Peninsula especially, and you would have seen the footage there from Little River of it flooding through the town. It does that in Little River whenever you get rain coming in from the south. It's happened over the years whenever I've, well, you know, since I've been looking at the weather like in detail the last 20 years or so, it often floods there. But yeah, admittedly that one was quite particularly intense. So there you go. Then, moving forward to, yeah, Friday. Okay, by this stage, the low has well and truly moved out of the way. We're talking like 4 or 5 days after that low. And yeah, Friday, we had a few storms for Canterbury. And I did talk about how there could be storms for Canterbury. I mean, this is the map I produced, you know, when we did the forecast over a week ago. And it basically worked out. Mid-Canterbury, parts of Christchurch, you did get a few brief storms move through. I wouldn't have said they were like really chaseable sort of storms. I don't think they lasted very long. They sort of pushed through pretty quick. But they did happen. Okay, now this is the map for today. Not really too much going on. I'm just showing it as a bit of a reference point. A lot of high pressure over New Zealand. And yeah, it's quite settled. Then we move to Monday, tomorrow evening, where a front does approach from the southwest. The only chance of storms here is about Fiordland. I wouldn't even say it's a great risk. As this front sort of blows northwards over New Zealand, it weakens quite a lot. Let's move to the next chance, which is Thursday. So yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, quite a bit of high pressure over New Zealand, not too much going on. There's that high there, it's starting to move away because yes, Thursday, this is early in the morning, 4 AM, we've got this front approaching from the southwest. A similar situation again, where the only chance of storms really is about southwestland. It's a bit higher, a bit of a higher risk than the earlier front I was talking about, but still not the greatest of chances, but there is a chance there. On to Friday, things start to heat up a little bit more, and in terms of thunderstorms, it's going to be mainly the North Island Friday, Saturday and Sunday. So on Friday here, the east coast there in the ranges, there is some instability starting to develop. It's a timing thing, once again, as it is often with storms. So it's the sort of coordinating factors, some coldish air moving in, plus some moisture at the surface, bit of surface heating from the sun, winds converging, all coming together. So that's leading to that chance there. It's not great, but there is a chance. Okay, now, the chance elevates on Saturday, especially here, the Waikato, or north of the central North Island there, through to about Auckland. A good chance, perhaps, of thunderstorms there in the afternoon. This front does swipe, well, it does move northwards here in the south, but there's no storms with that. On Sunday, our risks increase and further for the North Island. There we go there. So basically Bay of Plenty up through to Auckland, maybe even Northland, maybe even the east coast here. Some good instability, but the heart of the instability is going to be about the Waikato sort of Bay of Plenty area once again, southern Auckland. That is the best chance for storms. Just a few showers up here in the east for the South Island as the southwesterly front is pushing through. And that is about that. Okay, we'll catch you again next weekend. Cheers.